welcome back to Clever News. I'm your host, Deidre Behar, joined as always by Krause.
Hello.
And OMG, look who we are sitting next to. It is Nelly, you guys, one of our favorite rappers by far.
Indeed.
He is a mentor on CW's newest show, The Next, and we're so excited. The show has just been so amazing, so inspirational. Tell us why it was so important for you to join that magical team.
Well, I thought it would be a dope idea. Besides, I'm real cool with the executive producers for the show, Dave Broom, and obviously Queen Latifah.
Of course.
So that was a bonus in getting this thing started. But I mean, when I look at the basis of the show, when I started, I know it took me a while to really get going, and I'm real thankful that I had that experience getting started. So I thought this show was a little different in the sense of a lot of these people that are on the show have already basically earned the right to be in these positions because they've laid so much groundwork for themselves already by, you know, their internet presence, and maybe locally they're like the, you know, hometown hero and things like that. So I thought it was real cool that those people are the ones that are getting the opportunity and not just somebody who just woke up one morning and decided they wanted to sing.
Yeah.
You know, actually rewarding those who've been, you know, laying the groundwork, yeah, and finally getting that chance to do it. So, you know, and besides the little twist of being in their lives for a quick 72 hours and basically doing whatever it is they have to do for those next 72 hours just to get the job done and get them ready for that big performance, I thought it was a cool little twist, so I was honored to do it.
Well, when you look at these people, what do they have to make it, to be a superstar? What do you look for?
You know, I think they title it just it.
Yeah, the it factor.
It just has to be whatever it is for you. And for different people, it's different things. So I think you're just trying to wait for that it to pop out at you. Sometimes it comes during rehearsal. Sometimes it comes when you're just sitting talking to the person and it may pop out at you and you may say, okay, well, this person probably has a great shot. Sometimes the it just doesn't walk, you know?
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of play it by ear, and you never know, because that's one thing that I do like about the show is that we're not judging. We are just basically, you know, giving advice, and we're trying to help these artists in the best way we know how, because I wouldn't feel comfortable telling you you should be a star and you shouldn't, and you know, it's up to America to decide.
Okay, so we know last week you did a little assistance over at the Sunglass Hut.
Yeah.
Is it only going to get funnier and more ridiculous from this point on? You
know what? I think for each mentor, things are a little, you know, different. I'm not gonna say a little different. I know for each mentor, things are different from what we're used to on an everyday basis. Everyone has their moments. I think for me, yeah, I think the moments do get a little crazier sometimes. Sometimes the moments are a little, okay, this is cool, I can work with this, and sometimes it's like, yo, what the hell have I gotten into? So
can you tease us a little what we have to look forward to next?
Or the most difficult challenge, maybe, that you had to partake in?
For me, I think, I don't know, because, you know, I've never had, what is it, plantains?
Oh, so good!
Honey,
the bananas?
I'm Cuban. I gotta cook for you
yeah?
sometime.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I made my first couple of plantains in this show, which was amazing, you know. So and
they
were
taught you some home cooking?
Well, they were actually edible when I was done.
I'm impressed already.
See that? Yeah. So I thought that was cool. My first time ever doing that, and I was actually taught by, I think, a 7-year-old. So.
Wow.
Pretty impressive. Nelly getting culinary.
Yeah. Well, I want to take a trip down memory lane. What was the moment in your life when you realized, I've made it, I'm the next big superstar, my song's on every single radio station, people can't escape it because that's how good it is moment?
Well, the moment that I finally realized, well, when it was true, it was a little different from when I thought I realized it. You know, I thought I realized it very, very early in what I would call my music career. And locally, as a group, St. Lunatics, we had a song locally that hit the radio, and you know, I thought the radio was everything. I thought, well, you know, I'm on the radio now. The checks have to start coming sooner or later. And I kind of quit my job that I had at UPS, and then from that point, you know, things kind of stalled out again.
Well, would you say you quit prematurely?
I would say way maturely, way maturely. But I mean, you know, everything's happened for a reason. Yeah, I think that extra time that I had to spend in the studio worked out after I quit.
Totally. And last question about the next. You know, you're up there with some really great people: Gloria,
Yeah,
Stefan, Joe, John Rich. Is there a chance of maybe one of them appearing on a future Nelly album, or maybe the four of you collaborating on a track?
You know what? On this show, all four of us had a chance to do a couple of great performances for the show with each other. Cover a bunch of classics together. Me and Joe performed together, and me and John performed together, and Gloria and John, and Gloria and Joe, and Joe and John, and kind of mixed it
all
up.
over.
Yeah. We kind of mixed it up a little bit, and that was great. And you know, you definitely get that talk on set, like, yo, what are you doing? What you got going on? And maybe I could help, or if it's anything, or let's get in the studio one day. Let's just vibe out and see what happens. So you never know. You never know in that aspect. So things are good. The vibe is good. Everyone, I mean, Gloria is adorable. You know, she's a sweetheart. And you never know when you're working with divas. You know what I'm saying? You never know where that's going to lead.
Right.
But not Gloria.
No. It led to a great place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was real cool.
So maybe you'll make her some plantains. I
Yeah.
know she's Cuban.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get to Miami because, you know, she owns half of it, so
Doesn't
we'll be
she?
down.
That's the truth.
So.
Okay, cool. We want to talk about your 7th studio album. I can't even believe you're on number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah, number 7. First, I want to thank everybody for allowing me to get to 7. You know, that's.
We want to thank
it.
you.
We want to thank you for always putting out quality jams.
Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. You know, actually, when I first started, I didn't know what to expect. So, you know, I didn't know if Country Grammar was my first and my last album. I just never knew. But, you know, things work out for a reason, I guess. And after 12, 13 years, to still be doing records is great. But the 7th album is titled M.O., M.O. If you know, Missouri is where I'm from. It's also an abbreviation. Mo is what they call me, close friends or family. So, you know, it's just tying that whole thing together. And this album here is just trying to have fun again. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to have a lot of fun again, as you can tell from one of the singles, Merry Go Round, featuring Chris Brown, which is dope. So just trying to, you know, just have a little fun.
And Trey Songz is going to be...
well, Trey Songz is definitely on the album.
Okay. And who else? Who else is on the
He's definitely
album?
on the album. Well, okay, Trey and Chris. You know what? I didn't want a lot of guest appearances, so to speak. All my past albums, I've had so many people on the album, and it's kind of like sometimes you can get lost on your own album.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to promote when you got so many people on songs every time.
So we're bringing
You
it
know,
back
you
to
go
Nelly.
out. Yeah, I think this album is just definitely more about Nelly, but I work with a bunch of great producers, the interns, obviously who did the Merry Go Round, Pharrell, my man Detail.
Well, we want to ask you a series of 5 super rapid-paced, fast questions just about your career and your music. The first one is, what's your favorite song that you've made that every time you hear it, you're like, I'm so proud of that song. That's such a good song.
Country Grammar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I wouldn't be here.
And on the flip side, what's a song that you've heard from somebody else that you're like, I wish I made that song?
I'm Sprung by T-Pain, one of his first records.
Wow. It's a good song. Most surprising hit?
Surprising hit,
Yeah.
over and over.
You didn't think that one had the potential?
I did, but as an artist, you know, you kind of always believe in it. But I think
Yeah.
it surprised everybody else when it was successful.
What about most memorable performance?
Super Bowl.
It's a good highlight.
Was that just mind-blowing on all levels, performing in front of that many people?
Yeah, you know, I had the pleasure of performing the Super Bowl twice, and it kept getting better. You know, the first time was me and Sync, Britney Spears, and Aerosmith, and Mary J. Blige. And then the second time, that's when the infamous wardrobe malfunction happened.
Right.
So, you know, I was a part of history both times, you know, so.
So you're the lucky...
Hey,
The lucky common
one,
denominator.
when I'm around, who knows what's going to pop out?
Exactly.
You
So you need to be at the next Super Bowl is what we're saying.
I don't know. You know
Maybe.
what I'm saying? They kind of tamed it down a little bit. You know? Everybody has to wear one-piece suits now.
To avoid that.
And lastly, the biggest disappointment that you've ever experienced, and then the biggest highlight of your career.
Well, the biggest disappointment, I would probably say, I don't know. Probably in my life is not being able to find a donor for my sister at the time when I was searching. You know, trying to get people signed up on bone marrow stem cell research. So, trying to get her a stem cell transplant, not being able to find a donor was probably the lowest. And the highlight is being here with you guys.
Oh, Oh, look at that. He's charming too.
job.
So charming.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, you've just been a delight, and we are so
Thank
proud
you
of
very
you,
much.
and we love
Appreciate
everything you're doing on The Next. You guys make sure you check out Nelly on The Next. It airs on the CW Thursday nights at 9 p.m. And of course, go ahead and cop Nelly MO. Do you have a release date yet?
No, just probably in December.
Okay, well, go get Merry Go Round, because it's the freaking bomb.
The
best song
best.
ever. On behalf of Katie Krause, I'm Deidre Behar with Nelly, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.